Welcome to BaseballGuys.com. I'm your host, as always, on Around the Horn, Ray Flowers. The World Series is a mere few hours away from starting, and everyone out there knows I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, though I will try to be objective in my analysis of the Rangers and the Giants who are meeting in this year's World Series. I didn't even wear my Giants hat today. I wore my Superman one. Let's start off at the catcher position. Benji Molina will get a World Series ring no matter who wins. He spent time with the Giants, about half the season with the Giants, about half the season with the Rangers, and as a result, he'll get that ring again no matter who comes out victorious. Molina will share some time with the trainer behind the dish, and that duo should provide solid work behind the dish and some offense as well. Molina's hit very well in the postseason, but Buster Posey clearly is the player to watch at this position for the Giants. The youngster who, in my opinion, should be the Rookie of the Year. You can read more about that at BaseballGuys.com. Just been tremendous all season long, into the postseason, behind the dish, at the plate. Buster Posey, an absolute star in the making for the San Francisco Giants. First base, you've got the situation in Texas where they don't really have a first baseman. They tried Chris Davis, that didn't work. They made the move late in the year to get Jorge Cantu, that didn't work. He basically didn't produce anything at all after he was picked up by the club. Moreland and Cantu will split time at first base. That's a weak position. In fact, there haven't been too many teams in the World Series in recent memory that have had a worse bit of production from their first base position than Rangers. Giants have Aubrey Huff, Mr. Thong himself. If you don't know what that is, Aubrey Huff got a thong, started wearing it around. The team started winning ever since he's been wearing it under his uniform. I know it's bizarre, but it's working. It's kind of a good luck charm for the Giants now. Huff hit almost 300. He led the team in home runs, RBIs. Gives the Giants another advantage at the first base position. We go to second base, things change. Freddie Sanchez, very good hitter, professional hitter, about a 300 career average. His shoulder seems to be healthy now. He can spray the ball around the field, plays pretty good defense, but he's no match for Ian Kinsler. Ian Kinsler went 30-30 last year. He was hampered by injury this season, particularly that ankle of his. He appears to be healthy now, and he is doing very well at the dish. He gives the Rangers a dynamic option at the plate and a huge advantage over the Giants' second baseman. Third base position, well, the Giants have a couple of guys they've been going with. They've tried Mike Fontenot, who hasn't really impressed at all. They've tried Juan Uribe there, who sent the Giants to the World Series with that game-winning home run. But they really would like to see Pablo Sandoval reassert himself as that starting third baseman. We'll have to wait to see if that happens. Sandoval showed some signs of life late in the National League Championship Series. The Giants could stand to a huge boost if he were to return to the guy who hit 330 with 25 home runs last year after having a very down season in 2010. Over with the Rangers, the consummate professional with the Rangers, Michael Young, the definition of a professional hitter, 320 home runs year after year. Michael Young, great to see him finally get to the World Series after staying with the Rangers for so long. He has to give the Rangers an advantage at this position right now, both for his consistency and for his ability to help in the field and at the dish. The shortstop position, we got the Giants have a split duo. They've either got Juan Uribe there or Edgar Renteria. Renteria is dealing with an issue with the biceps muscle in his left arm. It's apparently torn. That's hampering him at the dish. Juan Uribe, if he's healthy, may play shortstop and leave Sandoval at third. That's an option for the Giants. Over with the Rangers, Elvis Andrus, the youngster with a lot of speed. He had 7 steals in the ALCS. He also has a hit in all 11 postseason games. It's a record to start one's career in the postseason, 11 straight games with a hit. He's looking very good right now. Got to give the advantage to the Rangers on that one. Going to the outfield, we've got a little bit of a situation to monitor here with the Rangers. Vladimir Guerrero, the 330 home run, 100 RBI guy. All right, he hit 29 home runs. He's only going to play 1 of 2 games in San Francisco. The DH is not in use in the National League City. The Giants are the home team, so games 1 and 2 and 6 and 7, if necessary, will play in San Francisco. Vlad again will play 1 of the 2 games in the field in San Francisco. Will play all the games in Texas at the DH. That's a big loss for the Rangers if they have to go from him to David Murphy. David Murphy's a quality hitter. He's no Vlad Guerrero. Julio Barbone, Josh Hamilton, many people's AL MVP give the Rangers a very good option in the outfield. And don't forget Nelson Cruz, who has been another dynamic option. He has an 11-game postseason hitting streak of his own. He is a powerful, powerful bat that sometimes gets overlooked in that Rangers juggernaut on offense. With the Giants, you've got Cody Ross, who is the NLCS MVP. He's going very well right now. Andres Torres, who injured himself in Game 6 against the Phillies, appears to be okay. He will be in the lineup and ready to go. You've got Pat Burrell, who will pop the odd home run out in the outfield. Giants obviously don't have a DH. They'll either use Fontenot or Uribe or Sandoval, maybe even an Ishikawa, depending on a matchup there. That's going to be a big disadvantage for them when they go to the AL Park. On the hill, two great closers for both teams, Neftali Feliz, Brian Wilson. You have to give the advantage to Brian Wilson. Slightly better regular season, slightly better postseason. He had a win and 3 saves. Only like the 4th pitcher ever to have 4 decisions like that in a postseason series. He's been great all year long, and he's money. Give him the advantage over Neftali Feliz, though it's very close. And then in the starting rotation, you also have to give the advantage to the Giants. Now the Rangers run out there Cliff Lee, who arguably is one of the 5 to 10 greatest postseason pitchers in history right now. He's been absolutely dynamic, 7-0 in his career, in ERA well under 1.5. He'll be backed up by Colby Lewis, who has looked fantastic in the playoffs. And then there's C.J. Wilson. If Wilson can keep the ball down in the zone and keep the ball on the ground, he can continue to have success like he's had all year. The 4-starter, if they go with one, Hunter, Holland, both those guys are young, not quite as good as the Giants' 4th guy, Madison Bumgarner, who's also young, but Bumgarner clearly has an advantage over those 2 guys that the Rangers might run out in the 4th spot. The Giants also have Tim Lincecum. He and Cliff Lee will match up in Game 1. Should be a wonderful matchup. They have Kane and Sanchez. Kane continues to just go out there, put zeros up on the board, and give the club innings. Sanchez, we've seen it, been great in the playoffs. He's also been awful in the playoffs. He could be the key to the series. Can he throw strikes and control the strike zone when the Giants give him the opportunity? I'm Ray Flowers with BaseballGuys.com. Thanks for joining me. One last thing. I'll predict the Giants winning 6 games. Why would I predict that? Because I'm going to Game 6 in San Francisco.